Hi there, Karen Roby here with Tech Republic, talking with Nick Heath of Tech Republic about MS Build 2019. Nick, what were some of the big takeaways from this year?
Well, of the three main announcements, probably the main ones were Windows Subsystem for Linux 2, which is, as it sounds, the second version of Windows Subsystem for Linux. This is a subsystem within Windows 10 that allows Linux-based operating systems to be run as apps inside of Windows. And version 2 of Windows Subsystem for Linux is going to improve the performance when you're reading and writing files, have better Linux compatibility, and it should be able to run Docker containers natively as well. Microsoft also announced Windows Terminal, which is a new command line terminal application which can be used with Microsoft PowerShell, Windows Command Prompt, and Windows Subsystem for Linux, which should prove useful to developers as well. There was also Microsoft .NET 5. So .NET are these frameworks for developing cross-platform applications. Previously, developers had to use lots of different frameworks depending on which platform they were targeting, Android, iOS, Windows, Mac OS. But Microsoft is going to bring all of those together under .NET 5. And so it'll be this single platform for developing cross-platform apps. So you're going to be able to use .NET 5 to develop for Windows, for Android, iOS, Mac OS, and more. So it's a big simplification for developers. And they're saying that it's going to basically combine the best of the previous .NET framework. So that's .NET Framework itself, .NET Core, and Mono. All of the best features are going to be combined into .NET 5 from November 2020 next year, which is when it launches. And then finally, there were a load of new features announced for Azure, the cloud platform. Microsoft was going heavy into machine learning. They've expanded the cognitive services. That's the name they give to their machine learning focused services they offer through Azure. And they've introduced this new decision category, which is going to offer services to help firms build decision-making tools. One of these new offerings is Personalizer, which is going to provide companies with analytical and decision-making tools that they can use to tailor services to their own individual users. There's also a new transcription service, a new machine learning-powered DevOps service for smarter infrastructure deployment. There's new infrastructure in Azure that's optimized for running trained machine learning models. And then also, finally, there was general availability of cognitive search, which uses machine learning models and other smart features such as OCR to extract information stored in Azure. So you can have all sorts of information like just text, images, databases, anything across Azure, and it can pull out all the relevant information and bring it together for you. So, and that's now generally available after the preview release, which was available before now.
All right, Nick, always some really useful and important information for developers coming out of MS Build. So thank you for that. And for much more on MS Build 2019, make sure you check out Tech Republic and ZDNet.